The afternoon sun beats down on the crowded streets of Manila, where jeepneys rumble by, vendors shout out prices, and the smell of grilled street food fills the humid air. Amid the chaos, a small figure stands on the corner of a busy market road, Maya, a 10-year-old girl with tangled hair, a faded pink shirt, and bare feet dusted with dirt. In her tiny hands, she clutches a cheap microphone connected to an old speaker her mother salvaged from a junk shop. Beside her is a small tin can, already holding a few coins. Maya takes a deep breath and begins to sing, her voice clear, powerful, and heartbreakingly soulful. The song is "Always Remember Us This Way" by Lady Gaga, and as her voice rises above the noise of the city, people begin to stop. A tricycle driver parks his vehicle and listens. A group of students records her on their phones. A fruit vendor wipes his eyes. There's something raw and magical in her voice, a voice that doesn't belong to a child surviving on the streets, but to a star born to shine. A woman whispers, "That little girl sounds like Lady Gaga." Maya's mother, Aling Rosa, watches proudly from their small food cart nearby, her hands busy selling banana Q but her eyes fixed on her daughter. She knows they barely earn enough to eat, yet in that moment, none of that matters. For a few minutes, the whole street seems to stop and listen. When Maya finishes, the crowd cheers and drops more coins into her can. She smiles shyly, bows her head, and whispers to her mother, "Someday, Mama, I'll sing on a big stage." Manila are quiet except for the buzz of radios and the hum of streetlights. Inside a cramped one-room home, Maya and her mother, Aling Rosa, sit beside a small fan that rattles as it spins. Their dinner is simple, rice and sardines, but Maya hums happily between bites. Earlier that day, a young man who heard her singing posted her video on TikTok with the caption, "This 10-year-old from Manila sings like Lady Gaga." He didn't expect much, but within hours, the post explodes online. By midnight, the video has over 2 million views. Aling Rosa's old phone keeps lighting up. Notifications fill the screen. Where is this girl from? Someone get her on America's Got Talent. She's an angel. Maya doesn't fully understand what viral means, but she can feel her mother's excitement. They laugh, cry, and watch the video again and again, amazed that people from all over the world are commenting on her voice. A few days later, as the morning sun filters through their broken window, a knock echoes at the door. A man in a neat polo shirt introduces himself, a talent scout from America's Got Talent. He tells them the show's producers saw Maya's video and want her to audition in Los Angeles. For a moment, everything stands still. Maya stares at her mother, eyes wide. "Mama." "America," she whispers. Aling Rosa can't hold back her tears. She hugs Maya tightly and says, trembling, "Yes, Anak, you're going to sing for the world." Outside, the same streets that once echoed with jeepneys and shouting vendors now seem filled with promise, the beginning of a dream too big to imagine. Weeks later, the bright lights of Los Angeles dazzle Maya's eyes as she steps out of the airport. Everything feels unreal, the tall buildings, the endless traffic, the cool air against her skin. She clings tightly to her mother's hand, her small backpack slung over her shoulder. They don't have much, but they have hope. When audition day arrives, the America's Got Talent stage looks even bigger in person, blinding lights, towering cameras, and a sea of faces waiting to be amazed. Backstage, Maya's heart pounds like a drum. Her mother kneels beside her, holding her shoulders gently. "Just sing like you're back in Manila, Anak," she whispers. "Sing with your heart." Maya nods, steps onto the stage, and is greeted by the judges, Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, Howie Mandel, and Sofia Vergara. The audience falls quiet as this tiny girl in a simple white dress takes the microphone. Simon leans forward. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Maya." "I'm from Manila, Philippines," she says softly. "What will you be singing for us today?" Maya smiles nervously. "Shallow," by Lady Gaga. The first notes echo through the arena. Her voice starts soft, trembling at first, but soon grows powerful and rich, filling every corner of the theater. The audience rises to their feet. By the chorus, people are crying, cheering, recording her on their phones. When the final note fades, the room explodes in applause. The judges stand for a standing ovation. Simon shakes his head, smiling. "Maya," he says, "you just reminded us why we do this show." Tears stream down her face. She looks out into the lights, whispering, "Thank you." For the first time, the whole world is listening. Backstage at America's Got Talent, chaos and celebration swirl around Maya. Crew members clap her on the back, other contestants hug her, and her mother, Aling Rosa, can't stop crying. Maya's hands are still shaking from the performance. The golden lights from the stage still seem to glow on her face. Within hours, her audition video hits the internet. By morning, it has tens of millions of views. News headlines flash across social media. 10-year-old Filipina steals the show on AGT 2025. Maya from Manila, the little Lady Gaga of the Philippines. Clips of her singing play on TV screens, news sites, and YouTube channels across the world. Celebrities repost her performance. Even Lady Gaga herself shares the video with the caption, "You are amazing, little star. Keep shining." In their small hotel room, Maya and her mother sit side by side, staring at the screen in disbelief. Maya giggles every time she sees her face on the news. "Mama, that's me. That's really me." Aling Rosa wipes her tears and says softly, "Yes, Anak, the whole world can hear your voice now." The next day, reporters crowd outside the studio, eager to meet the girl who moved the world to tears. Maya remains humble, smiling shyly, bowing her head, thanking everyone she meets. She talks about singing on the streets of Manila, about her mother's sacrifices, about how she never imagined this moment could happen. As the camera flashes capture her face, Maya says, "I just wanted to make my mom proud, and to show kids like me that dreams don't need money. Just heart." The crowd cheers. In that moment, Maya becomes more than a viral star, she becomes a symbol of hope. Months later, the warm Manila sun rises over a crowd gathered at a small plaza near Maya's old neighborhood. Colorful banners wave in the breeze, "Welcome home, Maya, our pride." Children line the streets, holding hand-painted signs that read, "We love you," and "Our little Lady Gaga." Maya steps out of a modest car, no longer the shy street singer but still the same humble girl at heart. She's wearing a simple white dress and a bright smile. Cameras flash as she waves to her neighbors, teachers, and friends who once tossed coins into her tin can. Beside her, Aling Rosa holds her hand tightly, eyes shining with tears. The mayor greets her, journalists crowd around, but Maya's attention is on the children, the ones who now look at her with dreams in their eyes. She steps onto a small stage built in front of the barangay hall, the same kind she once sang beside for coins. Holding the microphone, she says softly, "When I was little, I sang right over there, by the jeepney stop. Back then, I just wanted people to listen. Now, I want every child here to believe they can do anything." Applause fills the air. Maya announces she's donating part of her AGT prize money to open a music school in her community, a place where kids can learn to sing, play instruments, and chase their dreams, no matter how poor they are. As the first students take the stage beside her, Maya begins to sing again, her voice clear and strong, echoing through the streets that raised her. The crowd sways, claps, and sings along. And as the music rises, Maya smiles through tears. "Dreams," she whispers, "don't have borders.